You walk into a room. You have not said a word yet. Nobody has seen your bag. Nobody has noticed your shoes or your jewelry. But something has already happened. Something invisible. Something that landed the moment you crossed that threshold. Before the outfit, before the accessories, before the smile. And most women have absolutely no idea what that something is. Today on Ebony Aura, we are going into the 7 elegance secrets that truly separate women who command a room from women who simply enter one. Not the surface-level tips, not the ones every fashion channel recycles, the real ones, the ones that old money women have always known and rarely spoken about out loud. Stay with me, because by the time we reach number 7, the way you think about your own presence will never quite be the same. Secret number 1, the scent signature. Here is a truth that almost nobody is willing to say plainly. The most powerful thing you bring into any room is not visible at all. It arrives before you do, it lingers after you leave, and it is the single most underused tool in a woman's elegance arsenal. Your scent. Women who carry themselves with quiet, old-money elegance do not shop for a new fragrance every season. They do not rotate between 5 different perfumes depending on their mood or what was on sale. They have one signature, maybe 2 at the absolute most, one for daytime, one for evening, and they have worn it so consistently, so deliberately, that it has become inseparable from their identity. People smell it and they think of her. That is not an accident. That is a strategy. Now, let me ask you something honest. What is your current relationship with fragrance? If you're reaching for whatever was on offer, wearing something different every day, or choosing a bottle because of the celebrity name on the label, you are sending a message you do not intend to send. The message is that you have not yet fully decided who you are. And that kind of uncertainty reads in a room, even when nobody can name exactly what they are sensing. Old money fragrance has very specific characteristics. It is not loud, it does not announce itself from across the room, it reveals itself at close proximity, which is precisely when it matters most. It is built on depth, base notes of woods, amber, warm musk, leather, iris. It lasts through a long evening without needing to be reapplied every hour. You do not need to spend a fortune to achieve this. What you need is intention. Choose one fragrance that feels like the woman you are growing into. Wear it every day. Wear it until it becomes yours, until people associate it with you before they even see you. That is the relationship old money women have with scent. Not a collection, a signature. Secret number 2, the no logo declaration. I want you to think carefully for a moment. Think about the most genuinely elegant women you have encountered in real life. Not in advertisements, not on a runway, in an actual room. The women who made you quietly think, she carries herself differently. She has something. Were there large, visible logos anywhere on their bodies? Almost certainly not. Here is why. Women who feel the need to display a brand name loudly are in most cases using the brand to speak for them, because without it, they are not yet fully convinced that they themselves are enough. Old money carries no such insecurity. It already knows its own value. It does not need a logo to confirm what it already understands about itself. For us as Black women, this truth carries an extra layer of meaning. We have been sold the idea for generations that visibility through brand names is a form of arrival, that the logo signals success, status, belonging. And I understand that history. I respect it. But real elegance, the kind that stops a room, does not borrow its power from a label. When you walk into any space wearing a beautifully structured bag with no visible branding, dressed in pieces where the quality speaks entirely for itself, you force the room to look at you, not your label, you. That shift from the label doing the work to you doing the work is the shift from looking expensive to being undeniable. This week, go through your wardrobe with honest eyes. Which pieces are working because of what they genuinely are, and which ones are borrowing status from a name printed on them? That inventory will tell you exactly where your style is right now and exactly where it needs to go. Secret number 3. Shoes are read first, always. I need you to understand something about how the human eye processes a woman entering a room. It moves fast. It takes in the overall silhouette in about half a second. Then it drops to the shoes. Every single time. This is not a style opinion. This is how visual processing works. And it means that your shoes are delivering your first impression before your face does. Elegant women have understood this for generations. It is why a woman can walk in wearing a simple white blouse and tailored trousers and still look like she owns the building. Because her shoes are immaculate. The leather is real. The construction is visible. The heel, whether flat, low, or mid, is exactly right for her proportions. Nothing is scuffed. Nothing is worn at the sole. Nothing is stretched or misshapen. The shoe looks as though it was put on this morning for the very first time. Right now, I want you to do something. Go get every pair of shoes you own, line them up, then step back and look at them the way a stranger in a room would see them, not as the woman who bought them or who has memories attached to them, as a stranger reading them cold. Which ones say quality? Which ones, if you are being fully honest, are working against everything else you are trying to build? You do not need many pairs. You need the right pairs, maintained with real intention. A classic pump or loafer in black, a flat or low heel in cognac or tan leather, a clean white sneaker if your lifestyle calls for it, kept spotless. These 3, cared for with genuine intention, will do more for your overall elegance than almost any other single investment you can make. Invest here first, because the room reads it first. Secret number 4. The tailor is your secret weapon. Here is one of the most empowering truths in all of fashion, and I want you to hold it. A $50 dress that fits your body with absolute precision will read as more expensive than a $500 dress that does not, every single time, without exception. Because what the eye responds to is not the price, it is the relationship between the garment and the body wearing it. And that relationship is created by a tailor. Elegant women have always known this. Their clothes are not always the most expensive pieces off the rack, but they are always adjusted. The sleeve length is exactly right. The shoulder seam sits exactly where it should. The waist is taken in just enough to define without constraining. The hem falls at precisely the most flattering point on the body. These adjustments often cost less than $30 per piece, and they transform a garment from something you are wearing into something that was made for you. Think about the pieces in your wardrobe right now that you love but never quite reach for because something is just slightly off. The blazer that is 1 inch too long, the trousers that sit slightly low, the dress that fits everywhere except the shoulders. These pieces are not problems, they are opportunities waiting for a tailor's hands. Find a good tailor, build a relationship with her. It is one of the best investments a stylish woman can make. And once you experience what a properly fitted garment feels like on your body, you will wonder how you ever dressed any other way. Now, if Ebony Aura is giving you the kind of honest style conversation you have been looking for, I want to invite you warmly. Subscribe. We are here every week talking about the things that actually matter for women like us. Real elegance, real life, real women. Secret number 5. The maintenance code. You could be wearing the most beautiful piece of clothing ever made, the finest fabric, a perfect cut, an exquisite color chosen with care. And if it is wrinkled, if there's a loose thread at the cuff, if your leather on your bag has gone dull and dry, if your shoes have a scuff on the toe you meant to address last week, every single signal of quality disappears completely. This is the maintenance code, and it is the elegance secret hiding in the most ordinary moments of your daily life. Old money elegance is not only about what you own, it is about the condition in which you keep everything you do own, because the condition of your possessions communicates your relationship with value. It tells the world whether you respect what you have, and people read that relationship instantly, unconsciously, every time they look at you. Here's what the maintenance code looks like in practice. Nothing leaves the house wrinkled, not slightly, not mostly fine, pressed. Your shoes are wiped clean after every single wear. Your leather bags are conditioned regularly. Your knitwear is de-pilled so it always looks fresh off a shelf. Your hems are intact. Your buttons are secure. Your whites are actually white. This level of care takes almost no time once it becomes habit, but the visual difference it creates is extraordinary. A well-maintained, affordable piece will always outperform a neglected, expensive one. Always. Secret number 6. The signature color palette. Here's a question I want you to sit with honestly. If someone who knows you well were asked to describe your style in colors, could they answer immediately? Could they say without hesitation, "She always moves in these tones. This is her palette"? Or would the honest answer be, "I'm not sure. It changes constantly"? Women who carry consistent, recognizable elegance have a signature color palette. It is not large, 5 or 6 colors at most. These colors work together seamlessly. They complement each other. They work for the woman's specific skin tone, undertone, and energy, and they are present in nearly everything she owns. This means that everything in her wardrobe works with everything else. She can get dressed in the dark and still look intentional because her entire wardrobe speaks one coherent visual language. The mistake most of us make is building a wardrobe that follows trends rather than identity. One season we are in deep jewel tones, the next we have shifted to blush and neutrals, then a bold print phase arrives. The result is a wardrobe full of beautiful pieces with no real relationship to each other, and a woman standing in front of it every morning feeling like she has nothing to wear. Building your signature palette starts with honesty. Look at the pieces you reach for again and again, the ones that always feel right, the ones where you put them on and immediately feel like yourself. What colors are they? That is your starting point. Anchor your palette in 2 or 3 neutrals. Add 2 or 3 deeper or warmer tones you genuinely love. Then commit. Let everything you bring into your wardrobe going forward live within that palette. Within 1 year, your wardrobe will feel completely different, cohesive, intentional, and unmistakably beautifully yours. Secret number 7, the art of occasion precision. We have arrived at the secret that is the hardest to teach and the most immediately visible when a woman has truly mastered it. Knowing exactly how dressed to be for exactly where you're going. Not overdressed, not underdressed, precisely right. This is called occasion precision, and it is one of the most sophisticated social skills a woman can develop, because it requires not just knowing fashion, it requires understanding rooms, understanding relationships, understanding the subtle, unspoken dynamics of every space you enter. An elegant woman never walks into a casual family gathering looking like she is on her way to a gala, and she never arrives at an important evening event underdressed because she decided comfort mattered more than context. She reads every occasion with accuracy and responds to it deliberately. Here is why this matters more than almost anything else on this list. When you are overdressed for a setting, people feel the gap between you and the room. They may admire you from a distance, but they do not feel at ease with you. When you are underdressed, people quietly question your judgment and your respect for the occasion. But when you are exactly right, when every element of your appearance says, "I understood this room and I dressed for it with intention," something remarkable happens. People feel seen by you, they feel respected, and that feeling makes them trust you, admire you, and want to be near you. Occasion precision is not about owning a different wardrobe for every scenario. It is about understanding the language of each occasion and knowing which pieces in your wardrobe speak that language. A silk blouse tucked into tailored trousers says something completely different from that same blouse worn loosely over wide-leg pants. A structured blazer changes the entire register of whatever is beneath it. Learning to modulate these signals, to turn the elegance up or down with one intentional choice, is the final and most powerful skill in the elegant woman's arsenal. Before I close today, I want to be real with you for just a moment. We were not always given this information. Many of us were handed rules that were not made for us, aesthetics that were not designed with our beauty in mind, standards that asked us to shrink or shift to fit someone else's idea of elegance. Ebony Aura exists to change that, to say clearly and warmly that elegance was always yours. It was never something you needed to earn permission for. It simply needed to be claimed. 7 secrets. None of them require a new wardrobe. None of them require a large budget. All of them require the one thing that has always been your most powerful resource: intention. Tell me in the comments, which of these 7 secrets surprised you the most, and which one are you applying first? I genuinely want to know. The conversation in this community is one of my favorite parts of what we are building together here. If Ebony Aura speaks to you, subscribe and turn on your notifications so you never miss a week. We have so much more to explore together. Until next time, walk into every room like you already know what you bring to it, because you do.